It is a beautiful Sunday afternoon in Hawke's Bay, in Havelock North and specifically, and I am up at the Keirunga Park Railway, which is a wonderful thing to visit. If I quickly spin around here, you'll be able to see in the distance there a train going across the concrete viaduct, but we're going to do a bit of a tour, so let's see how it goes. We've got a bit of a queue here on the viaduct waiting to go into the station, which is around over this side. So this is the concrete viaduct. There are 3 viaducts in total. This is it's basically a double concrete viaduct. It's a big horseshoe. It starts over here, spins all the way around over this side, and then goes into the station. This path leads up on the other side of the station, which you'll see in a minute. The train just coming along here. There's the station over there, and so this path comes up here, and there's a bridge that goes over the line. So if we get up here, and the track then goes way around over the other side of the park, and then comes back on this upper line here, and heads back around. So when we first arrived, a bit after 12, it was really busy. It's eased off a bit now, but there's still quite a few people here. Careful. Up on the top of the hill is actually a nice area for picnicking, which is what we did, and you can sit up here and observe the trains and the people and the dogs and anything else that happens to be here. But right now I'm going to take you for a walk over to the wooden viaduct, which is also semicircular and quite a feat of engineering. So this is the first viaduct that the trains go over when they come out of the station. So they come over. There you can see the station down there. I think I heard the whistle just go. Yes, here comes the train. Out the other side. And here they are over there, getting back around to the other way.
Oh, can we get some tacos from these guys? Like some tacos to get here. Look, that's the train.
Around over the back of the hill, this is where the train goes to and from. So the bottom track, the lower track with the bridge, is the one that's heading away, and then this upper one is where it comes back. There's a big metal, well, a reasonable sized metal viaduct which I'll take you over to in a minute. Here is the metal viaduct. So we've had the concrete one, the wooden one, and now this is the metal one. In the summertime it becomes very dry here, and so they have to keep all of this grass and everything underneath here trimmed right back, because if there were to be a fire in the grass under the metal viaduct, that would not be good. It would probably cope the least well with a good fire of the three types of viaducts. So it comes in on this side, circles right around, through and behind there, and then there's a double tunnel. There's this one here, they come through, and then they disappear back through that one. And I'll just wander up around here, if I can do that without slipping over in the wet grass. It is the middle of winter, so I'll just fight my way back up through here somewhere. Up on the top here, so where I was before was down there. So if you come up a little bit further, then you do get, from the far side of here, a good view of Te Mata Peak, which is probably the most both iconic and obvious landmark in Hawke's Bay. So I'm not sure whether we'll see all of it. Oh, yep, look, getting pretty close. Yeah, we don't think we'll quite see all of it. Alright, let's walk back. We must have about 8 trains running today, I think, from bigger ones to smaller ones, and they're all being kept busy. I thought it would be good to round out this video with a little more information about what's here. And I've come back another day when it's sunny and there's nobody here, so that I can film without the issue of inadvertently filming people that may not want to be filmed. So here's the board so that you know when it's open. Well, not so much when it's open, but when the trains are running. If I step back here, you can see some of the artistry, that sculpture that's here. So these were gum trees, and they've been fashioned into an artist's palette. The reason for that is that not only is the railway here, but over the other side there are various crafts and arts that are housed in the buildings within Keirunga Gardens. I know there are artists here, as in painters, and there used to be also potters, but I think they've gone somewhere else, because there was a big fire in the building a number of years ago from an arsonist, unfortunately, and I think they moved somewhere else. And I think there are quilters here and various other things. So here's the playground, and a good sign to have around a playground. And so, you know, there are poles here for children to balance on, and the playground over here for the younger ones, as well as some suitable seating and things for people to sit while their children play. I'm also going to go up and just walk through how the tracks are set up and why. So let's go and do that. This is the one half of the concrete viaduct that I mentioned back at the beginning of the video. And then this is where you walk up should you wish to come and view the engines or have a ride. So to have a ride, you actually go up and over on this platform. But we're not going to do that. We're going to come down over here, and I'm not in danger because there's nobody here. And you will notice that there are actually 4 rails. You will have noticed when I was filming the trains that there were some quite small trains and some quite large trains, if you like. And so they, across that spectrum, have different gauges of track, or wheels really. And so the rails need to be able to facilitate those different gauges. So if we come up to this join here, then you'll be able to see what they deal with. So obviously the track, the wheel can't go out there and it can't go out here because of this join. So that tells us that the gauges are going to be from this point to this point, or they could be from this point to this point, or from this point to this point. So they can actually facilitate 3 different gauges. I think that's right. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yes, that is right. Because they have to go from the inside, inside to inside, and then inside to inside. Oh, it might be 4 actually. But you can tell from the wear that this outer one hardly gets used. You can see that that's really hasn't got any, it's not shiny at all. And so mostly it's these 3 that are used. So that's just a clever thing they did to facilitate all the different gauges of train. Obviously that makes switching points and things a lot more complicated. So if we walk up here, you can see that these points have to be able to switch each of those across. So there's quite a bit of engineering involved in that. Quite fascinating really. Anyway, and here's the water tower here for the steam engines, where they can fill up with water. And up here is the control box, signal box, whatever you like. And yeah, interesting. I've just seen some signs over here that I was unaware of because I didn't come down here. And so obviously you're not supposed to be filming, and presumably that means while you're on the train, although I did actually see people filming on the train as well. But such as it is. There's an area here that is for the train drivers and their families that's private to them, with all the tables and things, and which is a good thing for them to have right handy here. And on the other side here is where they have the trains when they bring them in. Actually, I should walk down over here and show you. So in these 2 green sheds is where they keep the rolling stock, so all the carriages and things that people sit in. So what happens is when people arrive there with their trains on their trailers, they back up to here, and the trains are pushed onto this platform, which then is lifted up to this level here, and this turntable would be obviously rotated so that the engine could then go onto that turntable, and then the turntable comes around and the trains can then go off over to this area here to be worked on. You'll often see several trains engines sitting in here, either being worked on or just taken off the track so that the others can run. They can go on that one that I said, but they can also come down on this track, which goes down to this clever device here, which is also on tracks, one there, and then that can be slid across here so that the engines can go onto all of these platforms and also onto these ones here. So it's, again, well engineered. I think that's about all really. I'm assuming there's some coal somewhere, but I'm not exactly sure. I can see coal on the ground over here, which tends to suggest that that might be a coal bunker in behind there. And there are no tracks going into there, so that'll be what's in there. Okay, that's about it. I'll tack this on the end of the other video, and then that'll be the end of it.